this video I'm going to explain to you how you are going to be able to read and play 5 notes on your Glockenspiel. So we're going to start off by thinking about how and why we write music down. Music has been written down for a long time, and of course the simple reason is that if we don't write things down, often we forget them, and if we do write things down, then other people can read and play them, not only where we live but anywhere that piece of information that has been written down lands. So in music, what we use to write down highs and lows or pitches is actually called the stave. Now the stave are these 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A note can either be in the middle of these lines, which we call in the spaces, or it can actually be running through the line, just like this note. So this line runs through, and this line is in between in the space. Sometimes we like to play a game whereby we imagine our head is one of the notes and we say it's in a space, it's on a line, it's in a space, it's on a line. Okay, so we have these 5 lines and we know that the notes can be either on the line or between the lines. But what is this strange but beautiful symbol? This is called a treble clef. And a treble clef or a G clef shows us that this line here is a G. The word clef means key in French, and it's a little bit like the way to decode, or the key to understand this code is through the treble clef. Now the Glockenspiel and other instruments like the flute or the recorder uses this treble clef. But other instruments such as the cello, which use lower pitches, lower notes and sounds, they use a different clef, just so that you're aware of that. So here we have our treble clef, and so we can always start by looking at this note here, this line, as knowing it to be G. But we are going to start a little bit higher. I want you to think about that red note, the very lowest note in your Glockenspiel set. Now it might be red like mine, it might not be. If it's not red, your pitch might be different. You might have a different note. So my pitch, my lowest pitch, is a C. So if you can have a little look at your Glockenspiel and find your lowest C, that's going to be the same one as mine. That's the C. So here we have our C. Now the way to know that this is C is to look at these lines, and actually if you look at the very middle line, it's bang in the middle, and bang starts with a B sound. So if you can think of that, B or a B comes before the letter C, and then C is the next space up. So we've got B, which is bang in the middle, and that's on the line, but actually C is the space 1, 2, 3 spaces up. That's our first note, C. Our next note that we want you to be able to play and to read is just 1 note higher, and that's our D. Our D is actually on the next, the 1, 2, 3, 4th line up. So we know that this is B, bang in the middle, then C is our first note we're playing on the Glockenspiel, and then D is on this 4th line, running through. Remember our line. It actually goes in a pattern. We start off with a space, then a line, then a space, then a line, then a space, and a line, and so on. When we move pitches going up or down, when they're next door neighbours, moving up in step or down in step. Our next note is an E, and here we have a space note. So we started with B, bang in the middle, and then C was our first note, which is our red pitch, if your Glockenspiel is the same as mine. D was actually the orange, this note here, the second one up. And our third note, which is in the 1, 2, 3, 4th space, is an E, which is the yellow on the Glockenspiel. And that's nice and easy because it's the top space. So can you predict what the next note will be? We started with C, then D, then E, and I told you that if we move in step, and that's what we've done so far, it goes, well, we started with a space, then a line, then a space. I was thinking about our B bang in the middle to begin with. We have an F. An F is right on the top line. Did you guess it was going to be on that line, an F? Well done if you did. So we've got F, and going back to the Glockenspiel, we started with C. It's our 4th note so far. C, D, E, F. On mine it's the green, yours might not be. So we've done 4 notes. We only need you to be able to read 5 notes. Can you guess what the last one is? It is going to be space or a line, space or a line. It's a very special one. It's actually sitting on top of the stave. And this is, if there was another space here, it's called G, just sitting right on the top there. And of course, it's our blue Glockenspiel sound note. So we've looked at C, D, E, F and G. And we have our notes all together now. C, D, E, F and G right at the top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few pieces of music that only use those notes into the area that you can access, the OneDrive, so you can have a practice at trying to follow the music, because my pictures have got the letters underneath, but what we really want you to be able to do is read the music without any letters underneath, and so the faster you can do that, the better you will be at playing. I hope you enjoy having a go. Good luck everyone. Hello Glockenspiel players. It's time for us now to think about our piece of music we're going to play together. This Christmas we've decided that we're going to play Jingle Bells, and we're going to have all the different instruments within our Super Starter group playing Jingle Bells on their instruments, and we're all going to be playing different parts. I'm sure you know the song. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Are you feeling Christmassy yet? It's certainly got very cold, hasn't it? Well, I'm going to show you the very first part of our music. We're going to be playing some of the same notes that you hear in the tune or the melody, but not all of them, Glockenspiel players. So, I hope that you have managed to find the music. I've printed a copy of it off for us to look at together. What I've tried to do is I've tried to match the colour of the chime bar to the note, and I've also put the letter name on, because I know that some of you won't have either a Glockenspiel with the same colours as mine, or your Glockenspiel may have no colours on, or they're all white or white and black. So that's why I've done both the letter names. Okay, I want you to have a little look and have a listen at how this sounds. I'll just play the very first page. It goes like this. Okay, so I hope you noticed that I had D 3 times, so it went D, D, D. Now this one is white, and it's got the word or the sound S and a sh in. So it's actually a sh, and we don't play, it's a rest. So it goes D, 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 sh. And then we do that again. D, 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 sh. And how many shushes do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you think we can follow the music all the way to the end together? Off we go. D, 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 sh. D, 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 sh, 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 sh. I think we can have a go at that together, don't you? I'm going to leave my music here just in case you weren't able to print it off, and you can follow. Off we go. D, 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 sh. D, 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 sh, 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 sh. Great. Now, there is one more section I'd like us to look at today. It's very easy. It's 1 D and a sh, sh, sh. 3 shushes, or 3 rests. Can we try singing it? Off we go. D, sh, sh, sh. Let's try playing it. Off we go. Sh, sh, sh. Did you manage it? Should we have one more go at that? Off we go. Sh, sh, sh. Great. Now let's see if we can play the whole lot together. I'm going to sing it, and I'm going to point so you can follow, and if you could play, that would be great. Off we go. D, 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 sh. D, 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 sh, 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 sh. D, sh, sh, sh. I hope you're able to keep up. You can always rewind this video and try and play it again and again. Now you might be wondering about what's going to happen in all those shushes. Well, you'll hear other instruments are going to be playing the Jingle All the Way section. Okay, well done for having a go. If you can have a practice of this for next week, have a little practice by yourself and maybe play for somebody else in your house, that would be great. Before you go, if you found that very easy, I want to just show you a way that you can play. It's a very special technique called damping. Now when we play our chime bar, it's a very, very long note, and a way to make it shorter is by putting our thumb on the metal to stop it sounding. So we can play D, 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 sh, D, 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 sh, 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 D, sh, sh, sh. Now you can have so much fun damping. Have a go at pressing your thumb down and seeing how long you can make those notes, how short you can make them, and have some fun. Well done everybody. I look forward to seeing you next week.